Enzo Ferrari once said that he made road cars simply to fund his racing program. That may still be true, but the system works both ways. Road cars make money for racing, but race cars invent technology to improve road cars.
We're here to take a look at the last 30 years of Ferrari Supercar history, starting with this, the Ferrari F40.
The Ferrari F40 was produced from 1987 through 1992, and in that time just 1,311 cars were made. But the F40 set the standard for supercars in that era. A new F40 sold for $400,000 in 1990. That bought you a 2.9-liter twin-turbo V8 engine good for 478 horsepower and 424 pound-feet of torque. The transmission is just a 5-speed manual, but this car was good for 0 to 60 in just 3.8 seconds and a top speed of 201 miles per hour. The F40 has a revolutionary race-derived chassis made from aluminum, Kevlar, and carbon fiber. But the more interesting part is what this car doesn't have. The F40 has absolutely no electronic gizmos to help you out. It doesn't even have anti-lock brakes. If you get yourself into trouble with this car, you're on your own.
The next phase of technological development took place in the 1990s, leading Ferrari to produce this, the F50.
The F50 hit the market in 1995, and over the next 6 years, Ferrari produced only 349 examples. The F50 built on the previous generation with a 4.7-liter naturally aspirated V12 engine, producing 513 horsepower and 347 pound-feet of torque, and upgraded to a 6-speed manual transmission and a full carbon fiber monocoque chassis, similar in construction to Ferrari's Formula One designs. That combination takes the F50 from 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds and up to a top speed of 194 miles per hour. That may not sound like a big improvement in raw speed, but the F50 really set the standard in the 1990s with its new active suspension. Sensors placed on the F50 allow the shock absorbers to respond to chassis movement, brake pressure, and steering inputs within 25 to 30 milliseconds.
Internally at Ferrari, this car was known as the F60, following the F40 and the F50, but we know it as the Enzo.
This car debuted in 2002, replacing the F50 with the latest technology that Ferrari brought in from its Formula One racing program. The Enzo was equipped with a 6-liter V12 engine good for 651 horsepower and 485 pound-feet of torque. But behind that engine was the new F1 transmission. 6 speeds, no clutch pedal, and paddle shifting. This was the first truly new transmission design in Ferrari history. But the technology story on the Enzo doesn't stop there. Active aerodynamics keep the car planted, and a modern traction control system helps the driver keep the Enzo under control while the car goes from 0 to 60 in just 3.14 seconds and achieves a top speed of 221 miles per hour. 400 copies of the Enzo were made from 2002 to 2004, and then Ferrari took a decade to bring out its next supercar. The LaFerrari has only recently arrived in North America, and appropriately to our time, it's a hybrid. The electric motor and direct-injected 6.3-liter V12 engine combine to deliver a blistering 950 horsepower and 789 pound-feet of torque. That's enough power to propel the LaFerrari from 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds. But Ferrari won't say exactly how much less. Top speed is at least 217 miles per hour. That's what Ferrari will admit to. The LaFerrari comes with a state-of-the-art 7-speed twin-clutch transmission and a full suite of electronic driver aids, including stability control, Formula One traction control, electronic limited-slip differential, anti-lock brakes with electronic brake force distribution, active aerodynamics, and magnetic active suspension. With all this and more, the LaFerrari is quite simply the most advanced automobile you can buy today, keeping Ferrari in the lead of the performance technology race.